Okay, so my name is Edward Bacon, and I'm the course manager for ENL 125 English for Global Exploration. And in this week's video, it's part one on how to write an IELTS-based opinion essay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, this is a two-part video. So again, this week will be part one, and I'm going to show you how to write an IELTS-based opinion essay. So today, what we'll do is we're going to cover the introductory paragraph and then body paragraph one. So just a short summary. So an IELTS-based opinion essay. Generally, this is gonna be a 4-paragraph essay. All right, and again today we're going to cover the first half of that. You want to make a couple things to remember. You want to make sure you write at least 250 words. Okay, and then of course write a well structured essay. Okay, so the thing to realize is that when you take the IELTS test, you're going to have task 1 and task 2. So task 1 we talked about in the previous video, and yeah, so you're only going to have 1 hour to complete both task 1 and task 2. So generally for task 1, which we covered in last week's video, you want to count on spending about 20 minutes on that essay. Then for task 2, you want to count on at least 40 minutes to write this essay. So generally speaking, you're not going to have a whole lot of time to write. Like you're not going to be able to write much more than 300 words. All right, so you keep in mind, write at least 250. And I'm going to show you a structure on how we can streamline the time and where you can get at least a 6.0 on your IELTS writing. So I'm going to show you the structure, and if you follow the structure, guarantee you you will do well. All right? Okay, so let's get started here. Okay, so first, I want to talk about introductory paragraph. Okay, so this right here, this is a sample question that you can expect to get when you take the IELTS test. Okay, so here's one possible question for an IELTS-based opinion essay. So it says, students are becoming more and more reliant on the internet. While the internet is convenient, it has many negative effects, and its use for educational purposes should be restricted. How far do you agree with the statement? Give reasons for your answer and include any relevant examples from your own knowledge or experience. Okay, so this is just a sample question that you're given. And so what you need to do is you need to write a 250-word opinion-based essay based upon this assertion. Okay? All right, so then what we're going to do, okay, here we go. Okay, so this right here is the introductory paragraph. So an IELTS-based opinion essay should have 4 paragraphs, and the first paragraph is the introductory paragraph. This paragraph should have 3 sentences. So your introductory paragraph is going to have these 3 sentences. So number 1, paraphrase question. 2, thesis statement. 3, outline statement. Okay, so what you got here, the question that you're given right here, the first step is you want to paraphrase this into your own words. Paraphrase it into one sentence. So again, follow this structure right here. Only 3 sentences. Because again, you're not going to have a whole lot of time to write a lot. Okay, you only have 40 minutes from the time you get the essay question and to finish the IELTS based opinion essay. Only 40 minutes, so you're not gonna have a lot of time. So follow this structure. If you follow this structure that I teach you, guarantee you will do well. Generally speaking, I haven't had anybody get lower than a 6.0 on this. All right. So what you do, based off of this this question here or assertion, you're going to write a 1-sentence summary of that or paraphrase of that. Okay. Next is going to be your thesis statement. So what you want to do with this, always start off with this essay agrees with the idea that, or this essay disagrees with the idea that. Okay, the reason why is that the sooner, generally speaking, the reviewer that assesses your essay, they're going to spend a couple minutes on it. So if you make it really easy for them to understand what you're talking about, it's going to be to your benefit. Okay, so if you say this essay agrees with the idea that, then they're going to say, okay, good. So this is a thesis statement. Okay, so the sooner they figure out what you're talking about, they're going to have a better idea of what's to come in your essay. Okay, so always start off this essay agrees with the idea that, or this essay disagrees with the idea that. And then sentence 3, outline statement. So this is where you introduce your topic sentences for body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. All right, so pretty much by the time you finish with your introductory paragraph, you're going to know exactly how your essay is going to be developed. All right, so let's look at the example for the introductory paragraph. Here it says, it is argued that the internet is beneficial for teaching and learning because there's so much information available, while others believe that the internet can be harmful to students. This essay agrees with the idea that the internet is beneficial for students to develop their academic skills. First, students can have access to information much more easily, and second, the internet can be a vital source to develop an individual's research skills. Okay, so if you look at this here, generally I always tell students, for your paraphrase question, always start off with, it is argued that. Or you could also say, some people believe that. Okay, don't use the word I or my. Okay, because if you just say, oh, I believe that, it's going to be less believable. All right, so what you want to do is, but if you say like, oh, many people believe that, or if you use passive speech, it is believed that, it's a lot more believable. All right. I always tell students, if you want to use I or my, do that in the concluding paragraph. Never in your introductory paragraph. I wouldn't do it in the body paragraphs either, but it's okay in the concluding paragraph. All right. Okay. So for your first sentence, paraphrase question, start off using. I like to use passive speech, like it is argued that, or it is believed that, and then just paraphrase what was the question that was asked. Okay, so in this case, it is argued that, or it is believed that the internet is beneficial for teaching and learning because there's so much information available, while others believe that the internet can be harmful to students. Okay? All right. Next question, this is going to be your thesis statement. So again, always start off by saying, this essay agrees with the idea that, or you can say, this essay disagrees with the idea that. Okay, so if you use this sentence, then the reader, the whole idea with the IELTS essays, you want them to understand what you're trying to say as quickly as possible. So if you come out and say, pretty much, if you say this essay agrees with the idea that, it's saying, hey, this is my thesis statement. Okay, so use that. So again, say this essay agrees with the idea that, or this essay disagrees with the idea that. And again, I can't stress the most, don't say I believe that, or my belief is. Don't do that. Just say this essay agrees with the idea that. All right. And then the last sentence, this is your outline statement. And again, this is where you introduce the topic sentence for body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. So if you say here, you say first, students kind of have access to much more information easily. So what that is, that's your topic sentence for body paragraph 1. But you don't want to have you don't want this sentence right here and your topic sentence for body paragraph 1 to have the exact same words. You want them to have the same idea. So again, paraphrase what you write here and what you write for your topic sentences for your body paragraphs. Okay, and then when it says, and second, this is your topic sentence for body paragraph 2. So the topic sentence body paragraph 2 is the internet can be a vital source to develop an individual's research skills. So again, you want to have the same idea, but not word for word. So you can say, for example, the topic sentence for body paragraph 2 might be, the internet is very important to hone one's research skills. So again, they're the same idea, but it's said differently. So you don't want to have a word for word because it's going to sound like a robot, and you don't want to be a robot. All right? Okay, good. So now, introductory paragraph, that's all settled. And I would say this, the most important thing is your introductory paragraph. And so whenever I give feedback on students, I don't really focus so much on the topic sentences, or sorry, on the body paragraphs. I focus a lot on the introductory paragraph. Because really, and again, when you're finished with this introductory paragraph, you're going to know exactly what you're going to write. Okay, so body paragraph 1, you're going to talk about how students can have access to information more easily. And then body paragraph 2, you're going to talk about how internet can be helpful to develop research skills. And then, of course, the concluding paragraph, you're not going to introduce anything new. You're just going to summarize it, and boom, you're done. So if you use this structure, very easy to get at least a 6.0. All right, next we have your body paragraph. Okay, so we now need to write our supporting paragraphs for our agree or disagree essay. So again, for your body paragraphs, body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, it has this exact same structure, just different content. Okay, first one, topic sentence. However, we already introduced your topic sentence here. Right here would be students can have access to information much more easily. So you've already got that done. Okay, only thing you have to do is just paraphrase it a little bit. And then sentence 2, explanation. So what this is where you give more information about the topic sentence, or you just expand on the topic sentence a little bit. And then lastly, you just give me an example. So you just say, for example. Very simple. Okay, so again, if you use this structure, guarantee you will get a good score on your IELTS writing. Okay, so let's see an example of what body paragraph 1 would look like. So of course, students will be able to obtain information they need from various sources and in various locations. So what this is, see this here? We had this one here. See, I introduced it here where I said students can have access to information much more easily. So roughly it's the same idea, but just said a little differently. Okay, and then so second sentence, furthermore, so what we're doing here for the remember this, the second sentence here, explanation is just expanding on the topic sentence. So you can say, in this case I said furthermore, you could say additionally. Okay, so furthermore, for many of their university courses, students nowadays may be required to utilize online media library, but complete their homework assignments. Okay, so again, all we're doing is we're just expanding you're just expanding on the topic sentence. All right, and then you're giving me an example. So of course, online media will be made available from your university's computer lab or library, but can also be accessed from a student's very own computer or mobile phone. So again, we're giving examples of how information can be accessed. All right, either through the library or the facilities at your university or your mobile phone. All right, so that's about it. Okay, so what this was the first part of for an IELTS-based opinion essay. And so next week we'll cover body paragraph 2 and then your concluding paragraph. All right, so thank you, and I look forward to watching the next video. Thanks.